Hello everyone, welcome to Educate 247. Today is the third lecture on MCQ revision series and the topic for today is the first question is direct elections was introduced for the first time by which of the following act? Is it Government of India Act 1935, Government of India Act 1919, Indian Councils Act 1909 and Indian Councils Act 1861. So the question asked here is direct elections and first time, and the answer is Indian Government of India Act 1919, that is option 2. So they have asked us direct elections. So direct election was Government of India Act 1919. If they ask you, because indirect elections were there in Indian Councils Act 1909, the elections were there but they were indirect. So direct election is when Government of India Act 1990. This act was also based on popularly known as Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. Okay, under this act there were many other features of this act. You got to know those also. I will tell you. Diarchy was instituted, diarchy was started. Two lists were there now. One is the reserved list and the other is for transferred list to be administered by governor through executive council, and the transferred subjects to be administered by ministers from legislative councils. Also, the other feature is franchise expanded, powers also extended, and there was another thing, bicameral central legislature. Bicameral central legislature was started by the Government of India Act 1919, and in 1909 they had started separate electorates for Muslims. Okay, they had started separate electorates for Muslims. What they did in Government of India Act 1919, they further extended it to separate electorates for Sikhs, Christians, Anglo-Indians besides the Muslims. So what all we saw in the Government of India Act 1919, bicameral central legislature, diarchy, two lists were there, direct elections. So if they only say direct elections, it was Government of India Act 1919. Indirect elections was Indian Council Act 1909. Don't get confused. See the word direct and indirect. And also, if they are separate electorates only for Muslims, that is Indian Councils Act 1909, and the electorates for Sikhs, Christians, Indians besides Muslims was extended by which act? 1990. Yes, so Educate 247 has launched two courses. One is UPSC comprehensive course and the other is for industrial relations, labor law, social securities. All these courses can be viewed on our website, which is www.educate247.com. We are also offering a discount of 40%. If you want to avail this discount, use the coupon code EPFO. Next question. For which of the following campaigns did Gandhiji use the method of passive resistance or civil disobedience, which Gandhiji named as Satyagraha? So as you know, the novel method of Satyagraha was first used by Gandhiji in South Africa. There were certain events for which he used this method. We got to know which of the following from these options. Is it against registration certificate? Is it against campaign on restrictions on Indian migration? Third option, campaign against poll tax and invalidation of Indian marriages. And the fourth option, protest against Transfer Immigration Act. So the answer to this question is all of the above. So Gandhiji used the novel method of Satyagraha first against registration certificate. What had happened is the Indians had to carry their certificate at all the time. This was a very discriminatory measure and very against the Indians. So for this, Gandhiji set up the Passive Resistance Association. So UPSC might ask you that why was the Passive Resistance Association set up? It was Gandhiji set up this order to defy the law, and the Satyagraha was born, which was based on truth, devotion, and it did not have to be violent. So against this discriminatory measure, Gandhiji used the method of Satyagraha. He also set up the Passive Resistance Association. So let us even discuss the other options. Campaign against restrictions on Indian migration. Another, you know that the first law was discriminatory. Another law was imposed where, imposing restrictions on Indian. So the Indians defied this law by crossing over from one province to another and refusing to produce licenses. Many of them were jailed for this also, but it was a non-violent thing. Third one was campaign against poll tax. So a poll tax of £3 was imposed on ex-indentured labourers. Already you know the labourers did not earn much, and since they had to give £3 poll tax, what left with them was very little to earn, to survive. So for this also Gandhiji used the method of Satyagraha, protest against immigration. So because of this, a series of negotiations involving Gandhiji, Lord Hardinge, C.F. Andrews and General Smuts, an agreement was reached by which the government of South Africa conceded the major Indian demands relating to poll tax, the registration certificate, and marriages solemnized according to Indian rites. So you know that this method gave Gandhiji to know that through non-violence you can win what you want. And also you got to know that Tolstoy Farms was set up in order to support these satyagrahis, in South Africa. And what else did Gandhiji set up in South Africa? One more association was there. It was the Natal India Congress and a newspaper known as Indian Opinion. So you saw novel technique of Satyagraha was born in South Africa by Gandhiji. He used it against the passive resistance technique. He also set up Tolstoy Farms, then National Indian Congress, and a newspaper known as Indian Opinion. All this he did before he came to India. Next question, which of the following is incorrect about Lokmanya Tilak's Home Rule League? So they have asked us which of the following statement is incorrect. So in order to know the incorrect, you have to know all the statements. So let us go one by one and see. The first meeting of this league was held in Belgaum. The second statement, the league was restricted to Maharashtra, excluding Bombay, Karnataka, central provinces and Berar. Third statement, demands included Swarajya, formation of linguistic states and education in vernacular. And fourth, it had 200 branches. So which is the incorrect statement? It had 200 branches. What? So two leagues were set up. One was by Tilak, Lokmanya Tilak, and the other one was by Annie Besant. It was known as the All India Home Rule League. And Tilak's league, the first meeting was held in Belgaum, and it extended to Maharashtra, Karnataka, central provinces, whereas Annie Besant's league all over India. Demands of Tilak's league was Swarajya, formation, and Tilak's league had 6 branches. These 200 branches were associated with Annie Besant's league. What was Home Rule League? I'll tell you about that. It is known as self-government. You know that Indians were not happy. They wanted this moment because they were not happy with the Morley Minto reforms that was held in 1909. They were also not happy because of the high taxation imposed on the Indians due to the World War I. The prices had. So they wanted some sort of Home Rule League, self-government. And this, who took the initiative? Annie Besant and Lokmanya Tilak. There were others also helping them, like B.W. Wadia, C.P. Ramaswamy, Arun Dale, they played a major role in helping Annie Besant in this Home Rule League. And Annie Besant also set up the newspaper New India and Commonweal. These are the newspapers of Annie Besant. And Tilak's newspapers are Kesari, Maratha. So you got to know various newspapers associated with various leaders. Next question is, who renounced the knighthood in protest against the Jallianwala Bagh massacre? So the options are Rabindranath Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi, Sir Subramaniam Iyer, Raja Ram Mohan Roy. The answer to this question is Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So Jallianwala Bagh massacre was such a terrific incident, due to which Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he gave away the knighthood which he had received. Also, Mahatma Gandhi gave away the Kaisar-e-Hind title which he had got in protest against Jallianwala. When was Jallianwala Bagh massacre? It was held in April 13, 1919. And what was this day? It was a day of Baisakhi, so people had normally gathered on this event. And 3 days before, Satyapal and Khichli, Dr. Satyapal and Khichli were arrested, but the people did not do any violent. And what happened on this day, that is Jallianwala Bagh massacre, the troops surrounded the gathering, the British troops, under the orders of General Dyer, and blocked the only point and opened fire on unarmed crowd. So imagine just shooting on harmless people. It was so bad that because of this, Gandhiji decided that no cooperation can be given to such a regime. And also no warning was issued, no instruction to disperse was given. An unharmed gathering of men, women and children was fired, and so many died. It was given that approximately 1,000 were wounded and 379 were dead according to the British Indian sources, but actually it was much larger in number. It was maybe more than 1,000, because it was such a bad thing that a committee was set up to look into it without any warning, shooting of the people for no violence. This is the incident about Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Next question, who among the Indians were not a part of the Hunter Committee? So you saw what happened in Jallianwala Bagh massacre. For unnecessary, they had harmed the people, they had shot. So for this thing, a Hunter Committee was set up. Which committee? Hunter Committee. And this Hunter Committee included 3 Indians. So they have asked us which of them were not a part of it. Is it Sir Chimanlal Harilal Setalwad? Is it Pandit Jagat Narayan? Is it Sardar Shahibzada Sultan Ahmad? Or is it Mahatma Gandhi? So the correct statement is Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was not a part of this committee. Mahatma Gandhi, then C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, Abbas Tayyabji and Jaikar, they had set up another committee. This is by the Indian National Congress, to see about the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. The Hunter Committee included these 3 options, and Mahatma Gandhi was a part of this. So you got to know which member was then which committee. UPSC can ask such and has asked such questions. Okay, so to see about the wrongs, this committee was set up, which was known as the Hunter Committee. And if they ask us, if they say that there were no Indians included in the Hunter Committee, it is wrong, because there were 3 Indians. And besides this, Mahatma Gandhi, C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, Abbas Tayyabji and Jaikar, they set up another committee and they condemned the entire incident. They put forward their view. The committee which was set up by the Indian National Congress, they said that the Dyer's action was inhuman, and also said there was no justification in the introduction of martial law in Punjab. Thank you and happy learning.